The second section is embargoed until 10:30 p.m. tonight. Neil.
Erik, what is it? You've always praised the setup at Manchester United and for everything you have behind you. What is it about Ineos and their background that makes you think it's going to change anything for the better?
So I can say this moment because I'm looking forward to the talks with them. But they are, so in other clubs, they have experience. In other sport arts, they have a lot of experience, a lot about performance. So they have a lot about knowledge. So they're really looking forward to how they can contribute. And I'm sure they can. So yeah, we have to pick the things. Football is a very complicated sport, especially in the top. So yeah, I'm sure they will contribute. They will help us to achieve our high ambitions.
And when you refer to setbacks that no other club could handle, every club has injuries. What other setbacks are you referring to apart from injuries?
But I can't list that. And the press conference takes 45 minutes to list all the injuries we have had. No, I know, but I haven't. Oh. I know, come on. Hey, that is, so we have, I think we have 9-10 partnerships. We have had 10 partnerships in centre backs, for instance, and there's only one thing. But I said also many times more, that can't be an excuse. We have to win. We have to win every game. And I think we were, and sometimes we were pragmatic, but we, for instance, against Villa, you see our style, you see our identity, how we can play, how quick we can play, and also how we can build up from the back. So yeah, I think we have a lot of things where it can really help us, that we can be confident and have a big belief in this group of players. And we have a good team. You have seen the spirit, and we can deal with the setbacks. So if players coming back, we will be stronger. And then, yeah, we can make also from this season, we can make a success.
Last year, you took the players to Cadiz during the World Cup. Given this winter break coming up, are you going to go away to a training camp or just train here at Carrington?
No, we stay here.
That's a shame for all of us.
You are happy with it?
We'd have liked to have got some sun. Yeah,
no sun.
By the pool.
What was the thinking behind that? Is it just the familiarity of the?
But it's a different season.
Yeah.
And last year there was the World Cup, and so we went there with a group of players who are not involved in the World Cup. We gave them some weeks off before, but now it's totally different. The players are loaded in games, so we have to make a very good program about giving the players rest, time for relax, but also to set the right program to prepare for the second season now.
And just going back onto the absences for the game, I think Anthony Marshall's been unwell for nearly 3 weeks now. I mean, is he okay? Is it a bad case of illness?
Yeah, he's unwell. He's not available.
You mentioned twice there that Ineos want to work with you. Is it fair to assume from that you've had some sort of contact with them and reassurance from the club and Ineos that you are their man, basically?
That is so. From the start of the process, I was kept informed. First by Richard Arnold and later on by Patrick Stewart. So I know everything. I know every detail, how the meetings and how the talks are, how the agreements are, and now just it has to settle down and give us some time for I have to talk with them and not with you about this, and then we will see. But I'm sure I'm very positive about the messages I became.
A number of players out of contracts in the summer: Varane, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Hannibal, and Anthony Martial. I know you normally say to us that you'll let us know when you've got some news, but we're now 2-3 days away from.
Exactly. We will do immediately. So don't worry. So just be patient and wait.
When those players can start talking to foreign clubs, is there any news on those contracts or extensions?
No, but we talk with the players and of course with the agents, and so that is an internal process between us, the club, and the players. And I can't debate this in here.
James.
Erik, as you said, you've never made excuses for all the injuries, off-field issues with players, all the uncertainty over the ownership. Now the Ineos thing is clearer, players are coming back, other issues are sort of a calmer, less frenetic schedule. Do you feel like a weight's going to be lifted off, a lot of the club, and you can move forward with a lot more sort of optimism and confidence over the coming months?
I think we are very optimistic. When the players returning, and we keep, and now the luck is a little bit our side in matter of injuries, then we have 5-6 new signings in January.
Cal.
If Andre Onana departs at AFCON, he'll be unavailable for at least 2 games. You've spoken before about how you're happy with your goalkeeping group. What can we expect from Altay Bayındır or Tom Heaton if they were to come in?
I never talk in if, but so we are prepared for this. So we constructed the squad that we are prepared for this scenario.
You've spoken before about the need to have 3 goalkeepers as well. Is there any chance you promote a youth goalkeeper or perhaps a short-term loan?
When we have news, we will let you know.
Can I add a tactical question here?
What?
Can I ask you about tactics?
Tactics?
Yes.
What do you want to know?
Well, after Aston Villa, you said your half-time team talk, you told your fullbacks to push higher, to engage higher. How do you make sure your fullbacks do this from minute 1 rather than minute 45? How do you do it consistently?
But it depends also from game to game. But if you talk about tactics, so where are the spaces? And in which moment, the timings, have you attacked those spaces? And that depends from game to game. Sometimes you want your fullbacks in some parts of the game low. But they have to know when they have to come high, and that is tactics.
So Villa playing with a very high line, you want them very, very high up?
It was not only about the fullbacks, but I think our plan was clear to getting behind. And I think during the whole game, I think we made it several times, and I think we did it very good.